So I've been meaning to do this one for a while now. This is almost 4 months old. So let's bash through this one pretty damn quick. Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another high-grade Build Divers review. This one right here is from Gundam Build Divers Break. And of course it is Gundam Shining Break. Once again, if you want one of your own, there is a link down in the description and you can get yours at Hobbylink Japan. So first off, here is a bit of an overview of everything that comes in the box. We get the high-grade Gundam Shining Break itself, 2 spare hands, rifle, beam sabers, and the weirdest thing about this kit, you almost get a full extra Gundam in here. What's going on? Anyway, I will talk about all that stuff later on. For now, just the mobile suit. So right there is the out-of-box build of the Gundam Shining Break, just with some stickers attached. You may or may not notice because the design has been changed quite a bit, but this right here is based on, yup, the Shining Gundam. Design-wise, this has been changed a lot. I mean, it is barely recognizable whatsoever. The only thing that's really recognizable is the crotch, side skirts, and the upper legs. For the most part, it has changed a lot. Color-wise, it is much darker, the red is darker, and so is that blue. The V-fin antenna and all that jazz up on the head, that is completely different as well. Actually, the entire head is different. Shoulders, completely different. The back of the arms have been thinned down quite a bit, and same with the feet and lower legs. In general, it's a lot leaner looking and a lot pointier looking. On the whole, this is one of those mobile suits and kits that, when I saw the announcement of it, I thought, it doesn't really look that cool. But after building it, after feeling it, I have to say, I'm definitely impressed. I like it. This thing right here also does rocket transformation, but I will talk about that more later on. On the whole, the stickers here aren't that bad. You've got the standard one for the eyes, as well as a few black ones for color correcting. But honestly, these would be easy to paint, or just fill in with a Gundam marker, so no big issue with these ones right here. But when speaking of the colors, Bandai did something really odd here. In order to get that colored clear piece in the chest, that really nice translucent green section, they remolded the entire A-runner, just with the yellow parts in that green, which is absolutely and utterly excessive. So that does mean every yellow section you see right here on this kit can be replaced by green sections, just like you can see here. So this is a really awesome option in here. And if that wasn't mad enough, the White Runner B1, they have 2 of that in here just, well, basically for the side skirt and upper leg. Instead of just making those on a separate tiny runner, they included the entire runner of B1. Look at all those X's. That is all leftover parts. And just like I mentioned about the extra runner A just for the green parts, look at all those X's as well. Well, this is what we end up with. This is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. If you lay these all out, you've nearly got the entire Gundam again in this box. Seriously, what were they thinking? Basically, if they had included the C runners one more time in this box, you could build this Gundam twice. It's only missing the gray sections, which are the joints. I mean, you even have Shining Gundam's head in here as well. In here you also have the entire full beam rifle again, and almost the entire shield again. This is absolutely and utterly ridiculous, and honestly, if you put enough ingenuity into it, you could probably build a second Gundam. Especially if you've got a broken high-grade line around, or you're just real damn good at scratch building the parts that aren't in here. All in all, this is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. Now moving on to the actual accessories, the things that are meant to be included in this box, and there is what we get in here. So first off, we've got a pair of beam sabers. We've got one long, one short. These have broad, almost flat beams, so a little bit different to what you're usually accustomed to, and one of the beam saber handles is much larger than the other one. When not in use, they can be attached around here on the back on these pivoting points. Next up then, we've got the beam rifle. This is in a matching navy blue and red, same as the mobile suit. The little red section can drop down like so, and the handle can fold back like this for part of the transformation. As for manipulators, we've got the standard set of holding hands you can see right here, as well as a pair of posed fists with no hole in them. Next up, the shield, and just like before, this is in the same colors as the mobile suit, red, navy blue, and white. Around on the back then, we've got a fold-out handle. This is a little bit on the loose side, so it kind of moves around on its own. Those red sections up there, those can fold out like this for wings, again part of the transformation. And there's just a little peg section on the back of this for attaching it into the back of the arm. As for the articulation at the neck, it's your basic polycap neck. That's a ball joint and a ball joint, so you do get that little giggity down, up, slight pivot, nothing crazy, and can it spin all the way around? Yes, it can. We've got that standard polycap shoulder, just a ball and socket inside of that. Full rotation. There is the arm as far as it will go up. These parts move as part of the transformation. Rotation there. There is that bend at the elbow. Ball joint for a wrist. Double ball joint there for the ab crunch. There's all the way forward. Move these out of the way for all the way back. So, pretty basic there. There is side to side, not much. As for rotation at the waist, that is blocked. At the skirting armor, there's the front skirting all the way up. Side skirt has slide up and down. No rotation. Somewhat of a premium butt flap. In the waist unit here, we have this rotating section here to move the legs forward and back. There is the kick all the way up to the front. There it is, all the way out to the back. As for splits, it's blocked by the side skirts. Full rotation here at the upper leg, but this is a terrible design and constantly falls off. Not good at all. Next up then, we've got that bend at the knee. Can't ask for more than that. This upper section of the ankle pivots forward and back like so. Next up, we have a ball joint here at the ankle. And finally, the feet can point down like this, which is always great with an aerial use mobile suit, so that's pretty damn cool. And of course, that is part of the transformation. For the most part, the articulation and build on this kit is fantastic. So it does have a couple of issues at the upper legs here, nothing major. It could have a little bit more articulation in the torso, but that's usual for a Gundam, so all in all, top marks. So like I mentioned before, this right here is a transformable suit, and sadly, it's not all that exciting. It's one of those half-baked shield on the back of the head style transformations. In order to do this, you just flip the head round, flip up the shoulders, twist the legs around, stick the rifle into the shield, and pop it on the back of the head, a la Gundam Wing. It is worth mentioning here though that when you transform this, you do have to remove the beam sabers, so they cannot be attached while it's transformed. But all in all, this is a very basic and not very exciting looking transformation, and usually the shield will block the fact that it's just a Gundam with its head turned round with a shield on its face. But this time around, it doesn't really block it all that well, and all in all, as transformations go, it's quite meh. So that is it for the review, and this right here is your standard silver tier high grade. You can't go wrong with this, but it does nothing particularly special. The only real odd thing about this, and something that I don't really factor into how I rank it, and that is the fact that it comes with nearly an entire Gundam left on the runners. For most people, this is just a bunch of leftover garbage, me included. But for anyone who customizes kits or builds dioramas, this in a diorama could be a half-destroyed Gundam. This, if you're a custom builder, is tons of extra custom parts. So from that angle, that's pretty cool, but for those of you like me who straight builds their kits, does not need those extras, you're just paying for more stuff on the runners, that's it. But all in all, besides that sort of stuff, on the whole, this is a pretty decent high grade, nothing special, but at the same time, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. So if you do like the design of the Gundam Shining Break, I would definitely say go for it. As usual, if you do want one of your own, there is a link down there in the description. You can get yours at Hobbylink Japan. Make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews, and I'll see you next time.